This is The Success Factor with your host, DeCarlo Eskridge, and we're going to be speaking with Linda Worden, the student of the beloved Neville Goddard, and we're going to be talking about letting go, being still, and knowing that God is within you. This is part one of a 5-part series. We have Linda Worden, and Linda, of course, is a student of Neville Goddard's. You've mentioned before that your conversion, your awakening, as it were, took place at a time that was kind of, it just happened, basically. You were doing your studying and so forth, and it took you so many years, but the awakening happened. And you said, of course, that that does not have to be the case for everyone. What were those things that took place that caused you to begin to receive the revelation?
Actually, I just let go. I stopped being concerned about how to and just let go. And in
letting go, what is that to you? Because, of course, that's going to probably vary from person to person. What did that feel like to you? Was that a relief? Was that a ceasing from struggling? What did that look like?
No, actually, all it is just relaxing. Mm-hmm. Because let's face it, the magic is in the silence, and that's what we're told, to be still and know that I am God, with you always. Doesn't that sound like immortality?
It does. It does.
I will never leave you. Omnipresence. You see, if you would really run these over for your little scenarios of whatever, mm-hmm. You'll find it expanding, because whatever you're focused on automatically expands as long as you're with it. But when you stop, yeah, that's the end of that. And you have a different idea. But the idea is to choose the ideas. First person, not somebody else's ideas, unless you agree with it. Mm-hmm. But you have to feel after him, you doing, being, having your ideal, your dream, your mission. And the sooner you start, the sooner you'll be there.
So in feeling after him, were you in study? And when I say study, were you studying scripture? Did you just go and find yourself being quiet? When you're feeling after him, what did that look like for you?
Okay. Feeling after him is yourself. You're seeing you in imagination, doing, being, having what it is that's your ideal, your dream, your mission. I mean, just don't sit and dream up monsters if you can't handle them. I mean, come on. It's as you think you are. What are you thinking about? Is it leading you where you want to go? Fine, go with it. Expand on it. But if it isn't, stop it. I mean, it's really simple. It's like I said, if you were leaving your child a message that was very important, maybe even life-threatening or something, you'd want to make it as simple as possible, as you think you are. Is that simple enough?
It is simple, and so simple that I think that many people are going to miss what's being said, because, see, initially when I heard feeling after him, I took it as a religious practice in my mind as I was listening. But as I continued to listen, what I heard was, what is that thing that you're choosing? What is that thing that you want? What is that thing that you want to manifest in your life? What is that life that you desire? Begin meditating upon it. Begin feeling after that life as though that life is your reality. Is that what you're saying?
Can I say this? Only one person in 10 really has a dream. In other words, they're just floaters.
Gotcha.
They don't see that themselves as that because they're busy. In fact, you're having revelations all the time. But if you're not paying attention, if you're not focused, they just go by as noise, I guess, because you're not paying attention to what it is you're allowing yourself to think about morning, noon, and night. And some take it right into the dream world with them.
Certainly.
Which, that's not wise, especially if it's negative.
So let's go there. And taking that, let's say that negative thought into the dream world, then of course, only thing that you keep doing is perpetuating or reliving that negativity in your life. Is that correct?
Right. Yes, that very same thing. Look, here's the thing. You're in charge. All I'm doing is giving you your message to wake yourself up to the point that you're in charge. You are in charge. You're the one steering. But where are you going? What is your purpose? I mean, do you have a dream? Do you have a passion? Because if you don't, you're not living. You're just alive.
That goes back to your 1 in 10. Most people don't have a dream.
If you know what you want, you're halfway there.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So deciding whatever that is that you want is really the foundation, because the truth of the matter is we're deciding every day, even when we're believing that we're not deciding, we're deciding.
Yeah. Yeah, you're on all the time. And every word is to be taken into consideration in making up your world of experiencing. Every word. Now, if that doesn't scare the hell out of you, I don't know what will.
It does. It does. Because, see, we think that as a society that, of course, well, I really didn't mean that word, whatever it was that I just said. You know, and, of course, Scripture says that we will give account for every idle word.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
We take that in part for granted, though, because not only will we give account for every idle word, but every word. So the truth of the matter is, go ahead.
That we're lacking.
What's that?
Is our remembering. You see, it's already all with us because God's with you. So it's all right there. But you have to recognize it. You see, you have to focus on it. You have to recognize it before it becomes part of your thinking, feeling nature. Because that's what it says. As you think, you are. And if you're not choosing the thinking, well, that could be anything from uncomfortable to disastrous. Choose this day. That's what it said. That's what he gave all of us. Choose this day. And look at it this way. You're being spoken to as the one and only. And you are a one and only. There's not another in the whole vast world like you. So you're one of a kind.
So in a sense, we're kind of the only begotten.
That's it. Oh, yeah. You see, if we would just pay attention to our own attitudes and our own imaginal activity, and some people say, well, I don't have any imagination. Well, then you wouldn't be here. I mean, it's as simple as that. That's the Jesus in you, is the imagination, the power to do whatsoever. And not only whatsoever, but it's ongoing into the next, well, actually, state consciousness, because God is consciousness. Consciousness of being. Something is this drama, man, this play of humanity that we're all involved in varying degrees of intensity and intent. But you were given, choose this day. And whether you're aware of it or like I wasn't, it's always this day.
And we're always choosing.
Yeah, you never seen it yesterday.
True.
You never seen it tomorrow. It's always today. Choose this day. And you're about doing so. And if you're not aware that you're doing so, you could be dreaming up monsters. So,
well, is it, the person that says, well, I don't believe that that's true, or that person that's seemingly unaware, it doesn't stop the dreaming up of monsters or the disasters or the lack, loss, and limitation and so forth.
Well, what does it say about, praying amiss? You see, you're praying all the time. You're praying ceaselessly. So you're actually praying for what you don't want if you're having a bad thought, let's say. So you're always thinking ahead of the evidence you're experiencing.
So the predominant thought
That's it.
Is the prayer.
That's it. Whatever you're focused on is focused on you. That's what you don't. What you're looking for is looking for you. So if you keep looking in the right direction, you'll meet a lot sooner.
It's amazing. And like I said, I just, as I listen, and you could hear it 100 times, but until it resonates with you, until you get that spark, that revelation, as you said, that
yes.
came to you, it
yes.
and you owned it. And it's just powerful to just think that I'm creating, whether consciously or unconsciously, but I'm creating.
That's right. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Good, bad, or indifferent. Man, it's powerful.
And you see, God's no respecter of persons. Your stations in life or work, as you think you are. That was the importance of it all. All the plays, all the people. This is a virtual reality. Man made all of the stuff that we are looking at here. And it's supposed to be solid and real, and it is for the drama of man, for this play of humanity. Yes, it is. But it's still a virtual reality. It is man-made, man-thought, put out there. Is there anything you can look at in your room that someone didn't have to imagine?
Nothing.
So you're on all the time. Anytime, you get all kinds of ideas about something, an improvement on something and something, but you don't follow it up.
Okay, so if life, and I know the answer, but I want it for the listeners. Mm-hmm. If life is what we experience, what we see with our five senses,
yes.
If that's the virtual reality, what's the reality?
Right. But the only reality here is you. I am with you always. I will never leave you. Omnipresent. I mean, that sounds like immortality to me.
So the reality, the I am, is the thinking person.
Yes.
Thought,
right. But are you choosing it?
Or has it been chosen for you?
That's it. Is the environment doing it? Or are you doing it? Look, you either choose or you get chosen for. This is an ongoing drama. There's no place to stop. Not really.
When I was a kid, I can remember around the age of 12, I had this thought, finding myself going to church and so forth, and I was kind of frustrated because, I was looking at hellfire, damnation, and being born in sin and so forth, and God and devil. Yeah. And I was frustrated because as a kid I thought to myself,
remember this, creators, that only you can create your perfect world. Not God or man. Only you can create your perfect world. Until we speak next week, have a blessed and abundant week. This is The Success Factor with your host, DeCarlo Eskridge.